Oklahoma Memorial in Norman. Today, conference bragging rights on the line in this SEC Big Ten clash. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Oklahoma Sooners. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Back in Norman, you can feel the excitement building for this Oklahoma Sooner football season. A bounce back year for Brent Venables, 10-3 in the college football playoff, and I can tell you, the Gaylord Family Stadium was one of the most electric I've been at in that playoff run. Can the Sooners rebuild and reload for this season and keep that consistency going with another college football playoff appearance? Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. The Sooners headed for the ball, and we're ready for action. On the move from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. So the Oregon Ducks offense going to get the chance to start this game off. And they'll be met by this defensive front which can wreak havoc.
Well, this is one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but David, he better have a clock going off in his head in this one, because this is one of the elite pass rushes in the entire nation.
Breaks into the open. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You've got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second. So
There's a crease. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
Well, one thing you know about Oregon is they're always loaded in the backfield. They had a couple of true freshmen a season ago in Davison and Hill Jr. who were absolutely outstanding. And you expect this season, David, in the running game, those two guys are going to be the focal point for the Ducks.
They'll be the focal point, but it's just like you saw a year ago, man. Like, they are committee, and they run hard. They run as angry as anybody in the country. Obviously, having Moore come back at the trigger opens it up. Price transfers in, so it's going to be another year of stable running backs for Oregon. A lot of ground and pound and a lot of physicality.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Now here's Moore. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the middle. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
The Ducks will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, pinning them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. The Sooners offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. Headed out to lead this team is John Mateer. We're expecting a masterclass in quarterback play as these two get set to square off.
And I know Reese already talked about the quarterbacks. These are two really good football teams. Like, I'm excited to watch them throughout the season and where they could go and where they could get to, because there's a lot of potential, a lot of talent. Obviously, the triggermen, they're the reason it goes. And they're the spotlight tonight, Palmer, for quarterbacks like you that love QB play.
No doubt about it, man. And this is what college football is all about. These are the games, especially as a quarterback, that you look forward to the most. Going up against great competition, another good quarterback on the other sideline, and coming out on top. You can't overthink it. You can't try to do too much. You have to operate within your offense and put trust in your teammates to get it done.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Wants to throw. It's Mateer. Fires complete on the crosser. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Run. Might have a chance. Picks up the first down. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Really nice job to move the ball on the ground like that in the big game, but we will need to check on an injured player. And the Sooners look to keep this drive humming. The option, he'll keep it. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
To the air on 2nd down. Starting to feel a little pressure. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Fears the pressure. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on 3rd down.
The Sooners will bring the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. RPO complete to open the drive. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking for space. It's Davison. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
He's got the tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge 3rd down play. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
4th down and short, you want a no-nonsense run. Nice job by the running back, getting the football, getting downhill, making sure he gets that first down.
And the Ducks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They go to the counter. Maybe some room here. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
He really shows you his skills on that last run, and I feel like today, if you're a running back at Oregon, you are expected to be explosive. You're not going to be a guy that goes in between the tackles and gains 3 yards, and that's okay. I feel like now today, because of all the great running backs they've had here recently, if you get into the second level, you're expected to go to the house. This guy has that kind of skill.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dante Moore. Fakes to grab. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
A 3rd down play coming from the 32. Turning it on! And he slides after picking up the first down, but there is a penalty flag. Let's see who it's against. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. They've really controlled the ball on this drive, and the penalty gives them another 1st and 10. Off the RPO, complete. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
In defense, you have to have great eyes. You have to have good vision on the quarterback to be able to see it. You could tell he's throwing the football right now. Watch the defense react, come up, get the wide receiver on the ground. He goes nowhere.
And after that last one, perhaps the emphasis should be on forward pass on 2nd down. Gets it out fast. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him tonight.
Big 3rd down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. Moore trying to get everyone on the same page. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And that's unfortunate for the offense because that drive looked so good. They were just methodical, and they were running, and they were throwing, and had the football down in a great position down near the goal line. You've got to be able to pay that off. You cannot afford to take a sack in that situation. If you're the quarterback, that's a massive mistake.
Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Inside his own 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
And if I'm a QB, I'm calling my own number a lot, especially when it's successful like this. Continue to put me in good situations, continue to get positive chunks of yards. Yep, I'll keep that more.
Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. The Sooners in a good spot here with 2nd and short. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Dropping back, it's Batir. Buying some time. He'll try to do it. There he goes. Quarterback slides, and he's got it up for the first down.
Now on the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down is the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
Got his man down the middle. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build a little momentum, get the right play called after picking up the first down. Under fire. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Fires to the right. Got the big tight end on the corner route. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. Timeout, Oklahoma. That's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Looking left. Got it. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
This is good news for the offense here because they've got their Heisman-caliber receiver in a bit of a groove. Back-to-back catches. The defense has no answer for him. I would keep force-feeding him the football because he's catching fire right now.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Xavier Robinson. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time. The Sooners call timeout, and that's their last one. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll send the back in motion. Back to throw, it's Batir. Now improvising. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Coaches talk all the time about finishing halves. Man, that is perfect execution down the stretch. Take the lead, take most of the clock, and you get the ball coming out. Way to close this first half. Great execution.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So he drive there of 85 yards and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. Good gain there. Picks up the first down, and now maybe this offense attacks before the half. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Fires to the wideout. Connection to the right. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far. This offense just continues to find a way to make big plays. No death by 1,000 cuts today. They are consistently gaining chunks of yardage, and it's reflected there on the scoreboard. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
The Ducks will kick it off to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive in their own 25. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football game.
Bounced off his feet. It'll be third and short from their own 33. Back to throw, it's Mateer. Dances away. He hits the slide, and he's got enough to convert that third down.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. And it's the next play that you have to play instead of just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
They'll run out of the gun here with Robinson. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's two runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. It's complete to the right. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
The run inside. It's Robinson. Here's a little room there. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And this is exactly how you want to draw it up if you're an offensive coach. Later in the game, you start to get in the second half, and you've got the lead, and you can be the more physical team. It's really hard for somebody to come back. This defense has got to come up with a stop. They got to get more physical right now in this football game, or it's going to get out of hand.
Going to try to get it himself. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly, maybe picked up one on the play.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. A really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. The play action fake. Fires to the big fella. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
3rd and long from the 30-yard line in this defense, hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Looking to pass. It's Mateer. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. Picks up enough to get the 1st and 10 from the 11. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Running inside, it's Robinson. Touchdown Sooners! And they take it in for 6 more points. You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
That's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown? Oh, Methuselah.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's Moore to throw. Finds his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Quarterback keep. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. That is their junior quarterback down on the field, a guy they can ill afford to lose. Holly will update his condition soon. The Sooner fans booming, a cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on 3rd down. In deafening noise, here's Dylan Raiola. Lets it fly. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And guys, I just don't know what to say about this offense. Like, they take a deep shot, they've tried it short, they've really just struggled to try to find any way to move this football. They've dug themselves a hole, and now they've got to find some answers. Maybe find your guys, your go-to guys. Players, not plays. Maybe that's what they need to get something going right now.
He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the third quarter comes to a close. At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. Trying play action. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Brings it in down the left side. A huge play there, and he has them set up and in business at the 30.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. Motion from the wide receiver. Handoff, Robinson running left. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
So now it's 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Here comes the heat. Soft spot in the middle. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Hauls it in. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll give it to Robinson. Touchdown Sooners! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the 4th quarter.
Lining up for the PAT. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6th to finish it. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Throwing Raiola. Quickly to the tight end. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
I know he's got the height and the weight of a tight end, but man, the way he runs routes and how good he is with the ball in his hands, it just reminds you of a wide receiver. He's so athletic. This is a guy that has a basketball background in high school, and you see it pan out. Every time he has the football, he just looks like the best athlete on the field. For a big guy, very, very unique.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit back. Offensively, you got to put the gas to the floor. Got to make something happen fast.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
It'll be 3rd and long. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola. Got his man to the left. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. And, Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
It's complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Sixth play of the drive coming up. Raiola. It's on target and complete. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Ducks go back to work after moving the chains through the air. He wants to throw it again. Finds his big tight end. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Not the big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the 4th quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
And the Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. To the ground to try to move the chains. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And with the clock stopped, they can get their thoughts together to call this play after picking up the first. Trying to barrel in. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Here's Raiola to throw. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly. Maybe picked up one on the play.
Well, he tried everything he could that time just to not take a negative play. He didn't get sacked. It was a great job avoiding that. He's just able to get what he can get on the scramble play here, down close in the red zone.
This offense has been unable to find the end zone all day. Can they do it on 3rd and goal? So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And they have increased the degree of difficulty with the false start. It is 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Oregon! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
and a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick.
And you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right skip for that ball to get 10 yards to try to make something happen and make a miracle come to fruition. And, Palmer, it's not going to happen. The defense's hands team, they were ready, they were dialed in, and they get the football back.
Yeah, they fall on that one, David, and they can breathe a little bit easier now. But let's be honest, I mean, in college football, we've seen crazier things happen in these types of situations. The ball takes a crazy bounce. There's always a chance. You got to give the receiving team there a lot of credit. The hands team gets it done, and they win the game.
Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in, because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win?
An iconic venue, Tiger Stadium, Baton Rouge. A top 25 matchup today on EA Sports College Football. 2 of the better teams in all of the country. It's the Tennessee Volunteers and the LSU Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and Holly Rowe keeping an eye on all of the storylines down on the sideline. Holly?
Guys, LSU was able to bring in one of the most highly sought-after coaching candidates last season. Lane Kiffin now has an opportunity to marry his system with some of the best talent available. LSU always has great players. Can they put it all together, get back in the college football playoff picture, and contend for a national title? Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. And the balls will kick off first, and here we go. And he takes this from inside the 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Tigers offense will have the first possession of the game. And this guy is a big, and I mean big, target. Trey'Dez Green. They say the tight end's always open, and he seems to always be, and he's always making big plays.
And guys, we just know, and we kind of laugh about it. When we talk about this team, you know you're going to get a tight end. Like, you just know you're going to get a big, strong, athletic guy in matchups. It was no different watching tape this week. In this offense, they found a great one, not surprisingly, Palmer, because it seems like they do it every single year.
And on offense, they're smart, right? I mean, it goes through the tight end. In the passing attack, that's oftentimes where the quarterback's going to be looking first, and we see that all the time. And so it's no surprise they've been able to reload this position and stock it up. You're going to see multiple tight ends in formations today, and they are going to attack this defense vertically down the field, throwing to what has always been their best position.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. To the air, it's Blevett. Zings it complete to the right. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Hey, man, this offense is going to be so much fun to watch. How fast can they get it to click, right? Because every single player that we're going to highlight, whether we do talk about the receivers right now, they're all new. The offensive line's all new. The quarterback's new. Everyone in this program is new, Palmer, and it's on Kiffin to make it work and make it work quickly.
Well, the one thing you know is with this Lane Kiffin offense, these receivers are going to get theirs. They're going to get catches, and you got a really good quarterback in Sam Levitt coming over from Arizona State to give you that opportunity. So while Thomas and Anderson from a year ago, those guys declare, there's a big opportunity. There's a lot of spots up for grabs here for these receivers to go down the field, make a ton of plays, stat it up, and score points for this offense.
The run inside. It's Watkins. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them into more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Makes the catch. It's Harris. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
How aggressive might this play call be on third and short from the 46? Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Running inside, it's Bishop.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. And he stopped right there. No gain on the play.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up third and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
The Vols will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, You did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Caught in the backfield, it's Brown.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. Scanning the field, it's Levitt. He's got him. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short.
I love the 3rd down defense. I love the defense understanding passing situation, dropping back, keeping everything in front of them, and then breaking on the football. In order to do this and be great on 3rd down, you got to do one thing really well. You've got to come up and make that tackle, and that's exactly what he did.
Just needs a crack to get a return. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Wants to throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Jackson. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
2nd and 1, and they're going to make him line up to defend the pass. 4 wideouts, 2 on either side. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. That's caught. It's Matthews. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
After giving up that big shot defensively, how confident are you calling that coverage again? You're now on your own end of the field, and now your backs are against the wall.
Get a big play like that last one, you flip the field, you change the momentum. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 38. Slithers into space.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Second down, they'll go to the air. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. First play of the period, 1st down here. Caught in the backfield, it's Staley. Trying to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
The Volunteers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover, and you saw a great example of it with that running back.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge 3rd down coming up. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Gets it to the back. He does not get there. Stopped at the 25-yard line, and let's see what they do now on 4th down.
It's a nice effort by the running back, but in that 3rd and long situation, it's just too much work for that running back to convert that 3rd down. Really, nice job. Got to give the defense credit. They surrounded him, got him to the ground.
They'll send out the kicker here. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. He splits the uprights. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going down 3-0. Hold it, finds his man on the left. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
They need something that goes forward this time on 2nd and long from the 14. They'll run play action. Turns it loose deep. Goes high to pull it in. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got to be able to score points on this drive.
They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. That's caught. It's Watkins. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Trying to run, it's Berry. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen.
And he's in! Touchdown, Tigers!
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wide receiver comes in motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on 2nd and long from the 23. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Trying to set up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Pocket breaking down. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. Timeout called by LSU. That's their second. They'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And the Volunteers line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Got his man downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
That didn't take long. I mean, they started off this drive with great field position, and that's critical for this football team because of the players they have offensively. If you can get them the ball back at that area of the field, it takes one play, like what you just saw, and all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door now in the red zone looking for 6.
Looking to throw, it's Levitt. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Fires to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Gets the back moving. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Got it in the middle. It's Harris. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
The Tigers will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Fires to the wideout. Makes a grab. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Snap in the shotgun. Touchdown, Tigers! The short hands in the end zone, and he has 6.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. He'll bring it out. It's Morris. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Bishop. At the 35, he's loose. After that big game, maybe no longer content to just run the ball and go to the locker room. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Looking downfield on first down. Heaves it deep. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellows, by the looks of things, we've had one enjoyable first half in Baton Rouge. This wideout is enjoying a stellar day. 2 of those catches in the first half were 2 of the better grabs I've seen all season. And, of course, his overall stat line is helping the only stat that really matters, the scoreboard. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in Baton Rouge.
LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. So the Vols offense takes the field to start this drive. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping to run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Bringing the heat. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and dislodge that football.
He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. The LSU offense comes out to start this drive. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The Tigers can really attack on this second and short. Now the play fake. Right on the money. Third and short now from their own 48. To the air, it's Levitt. Makes the catch. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the third quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the second half. You drive it down the field, and you score. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the return man is brought down, but there is a penalty flag on the play, and if I were a betting man, and sometimes I am, I'd say they're going to throw it in reverse. Right on the heels of that touchdown, they give up some good field position with that face mask penalty costing them 15 yards. Motion from the wideout. The run inside. It's Bishop. Sweet cut there. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll ride the hot hand. Sweet cut there. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Hey, coaches talk about it all the time, man. We want to run the football, get in manageable third down situations. Well, you don't have to worry about that. If you can just hand it to this guy and he gets you a first down and he gets you another first down, the ground game is really working. This offense has got it flowing.
Looking for a crease. It's Bishop. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Wants to throw on third. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, third and short, I'd love for you to run it and be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a fourth down stop. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Levitt. Pulls it in, it's Durham. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, look, I know this guy is not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Wide open downfield. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And it's so fun to have that trump card, right? Like, it's almost like playing a video game with this guy. When you got a big tight end that can make plays, that gets open, that feels those soft spots in the zones, third downs, money downs, the tight end is always open, especially with that big body. He finds him, and he gets the first down.
To the air on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. False start of offense. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Motion from the back. Wants to throw again. Grabbed behind the line. It's Durham. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield. He's got some speed and wheels himself to run with him. And, yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right down to the ground. Really nice job that time by the linebacker.
Throws it deep. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
From 55 yards out, and he's got it. Never a doubt.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Grabbed behind the line. It's Bishop. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
And I like what the offense did right there. A lot of times on first down, you're thinking run, right? Like be aggressive, come downhill, try to take advantage of the defense. It wasn't a big play, but that will slow this defense down a little bit and just remind them they have to play those screens.
Got 7 on that last completion. They might be able to take a shot on 2nd and 3. Off play action. He tries to take the top off. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
Looking to throw for it. Pressure coming. Fires to the big fella. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. As we head to the 4th quarter, this guy is seeing the defense. Look how he spread the ball around. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game. And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. They'll try to get it through the air. Snagged out of the air. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
And the Vols have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw on first down. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Looking to throw again. Oh, they're after him. And down he goes.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. He's looking downfield to throw. Gets it out quickly. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Spits it out to the back. Catch in the middle, it's Bishop. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? They want that clock to run. Makes it past the marker. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
Man, this is a punch to the gut. When you know you're losing, and you know you got to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the football, and they still run the football down your throat. It's been that kind of day for this defense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. On the option. Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They've built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop you.
Looking to throw, it's Levin. Finds the tight end. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the 1st down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first...
Up and hold on just a minute. They have decided to take the points here. Thought they might go for it on 4th and short. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. Didn't make them sweat at all. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we're looking pretty good.
He'll bring it out. It's Dodson. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Unloads it left. Finds his man. It's Matthews. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a 1st down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. Here's a heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Here's a throw downfield late. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Still firing away as they'll go down swinging. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And the pass will be incomplete, looking for a little window dressing at the end, but the ball game is over. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.